Hi, Stacy. How are you? You said you're learning some fills. Explain to me, what is a fill? You know, fills are something that are not prefabbed. Fills are felt. You're playing a tune, and you know you feel what you hear. Let's see. We're gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. Who do we got here? Okay, that's Jeffrey Johnson. Jeffrey Johnson was here. He's an old friend of mine, and he also studied with Joe Morello. We did a show a couple weeks back. Me, him, Alan Herman, and Steve Forrester, memories of Joe Morello. He was here. And he's an excellent teacher. How you doing, Robert? Ready for round 3? Ha! I'm not going through that shit no more. When I'm wrong, I'm the first one in line to say I am wrong. Jeffrey Johnson. You got that? Is that what you missed? I am not going through round 3. We're going to work on the stick control book. I mean the workbook, the first one, and we're going to try to do. I'm going to try to put into that the pattern a half of a cut time. You know, if we're counting eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 measures of 2, 2 equals 4, 4. Okay, you missed this video. No, you could argue with the teacher. That's a good thing. We all learn by that. I think this afternoon's lesson was a good one because he's not arguing with me. I think the more we talked about it back and forth, I think the stronger everybody became. That's my opinion. But anyway, if you'd like his number, I could probably get you in touch with him. He is an excellent teacher. All right. The cut time, remember 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about when we play eighth notes? 1 and, hold on. Oh boy. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This same as this. Cut time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I was talking about. Trying to put it into perspective here. Hey, Jim. How you doing, Jimmy? Long time. Stacy, Robert, everybody. All right, let's go to the workbook. Did you see what I just did with the cut time there? 1 and 2. That's 4, 4. 3 and 4. Now for cut time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Yeah, it did. It made a good lesson. You know, it wasn't that Ed's a nice guy. Ed's a very well-rounded musician, and he disagrees with my concept And that's okay. He has a right to do that. He learned it another way. Actually, if you just have one sheet of cut time, that's not a problem. 1 and 2 and 2, 1 and 2 and. All right, you're counting 2 as 1 and 2 and, which is good. However, if you're counting 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, put the metronome on and use the click as the 8th note, not the quarter note. It's simple. But I don't want to go into it. I'm too dizzy. How you doing, Seth? Okay. I'm just too dizzy. It's very tiring, and it's not annoying. I just feel bad. I don't have I have patience, but man, after a while, it's just like doubting me. And I'm not projecting any bad information. This is what I was taught. I did learn. See, you know, if you take the syncopation book and take a page and play it in cut time, you're not going from 4/4 to cut time to 4/4 to cut time. You're not doing that. You're just going to play cut time. All right? If I play cut time the way he's talking, hi old dog, and the way I was taught, I'd play the first line of the syncopation book in 2, but I'm only playing half of it. It's not cut time. Anyway, let's get to the workbook, the first one. Did we do up to 22, guys, last night? And we started to hit the, let's see. Man, I'm tired, knocked me out. Ah, shit. We did solo number 1. Ostinato number 1. We did up to 22. Dennis, how you doing? Did we do up to 22? Okay, that's up to 22. All right, you want to go over some? Everybody sure about 1 through 22? Everybody sure about it? Seth, you just got the files on that today. You look at ostinato number 1. On ostinato number 1, is there anything you're not sure? Because I'll do it for you. I'll break it down. And the gentleman from France, and there was another one from Italy, I believe, emailed me as well. Anyway, Seth, you there? You just got the files today. That's ostinato number 1. You can do 1 through 22? And I'll wait for your reply, and then if not, I'll help you out with that. We're going to go to pattern number 1, Robert. Ostinato symbol pattern number 1. That's what we're on. Pattern number 23. Okay. So, we're all at different levels, so I'm going to do this really slow. I'm going to do the first one, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Second one, number 2. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3. Number 3. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1. Number 4. 1 and 2. Next one. Next. Next. Now I just did one. That's that whole thing one at a time. Right through one time each. Rather, I'm sorry. Okay. You're good for 23? How about everybody else? Everybody understands number 23? I'll go on to 24. You know, there's two. I've been telling you about the warm up I like to do to get this thing going on. Okay. I do the 16th notes with the bass drum. I don't know, 2-3 minutes. That'll loosen up the bass drum. Another thing you want to do, because this is predicated with the bass drum being the strong, dominant voice. And the bass drum shifts over with all different types of combinations. And when we first started this, we did the one, the E, the and the da. And that's part of the grid. So if I take my right hand, one, and I'm going to play the grid with the bass drum, I'm going to 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and back 1 E and 3 E, 4 E and 1. Yeah. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Hoist? Oh. See what I'm doing there? If I do the grid, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and back 1 E, 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Does everybody understand the grid? Before I go on. Everybody enjoy this afternoon? Everybody understand the grid? Need some response on that. Does everybody understand the grid? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. You understand? Okay, how about you, Mr. Mante? Jim, Rob, Jimmy does. Robert, Old Dog, Seth, Stacy. Okay, Stacy, do you understand? Old Dog does. How about Stacy? I like to bring something out to you, Old Dog. When you stroke, when you grab the stick real tight, yes? When you come down real tight, don't do it tight. Just come down and relax it. Stacy, waiting on you. Do you understand it? I will do the grid. Put the 2 and 4. Okay, good. Everybody understands it. It's a nice exercise. I do it real slow at first. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. I would do that for 3 or 4 minutes as well, okay? Now, everybody understands the pattern number 3. Let's go on to pattern number 4. I don't want nobody to miss anything here. Now, number 4 is pretty interesting. And he follows a sequence here, okay? He started, if you look at number 1, he started number 1, all right, with the bass drum on 1 and 3. Here now he starts the bass drum on the E's. Hold on a second. Got to get rid of that. There you go. Now he starts the bass drum on the E's. So we have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 again. 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E. Next one, number 2. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 again. 1. Next one. Number 3. 4. And everybody understand that so far up to number 4? I didn't do number 4, I did up to number 3. Let's do number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 4. 5. See, what I like to do, and you should do this, guys, other than the warm-ups I just showed you. If you understand how to play all of this, I would put my timer on for a half hour. And, you know, you jam to a tune, or you jam with guys, jam to this exercise, to the page. And when I say jam with it, I just mean, just sit back, play this. By this point, you should have a lot of the bass drum patterns by memory and down and under your belt. So I'll say 1, 2. I just randomly play what I want to play. Because it's like, you know, after you be doing these for years, man, they get old so fast. Hoist. I don't want to get into cut time tonight, by no means. I have a headache. I've been having nightmares with a C with a line through it. All right, because of what happened this afternoon. I am not going to talk about it, except for a couple more minutes here. All right, until I make the video. How's that sound, guys? Is that fair? We could discuss the video. I will make the video, and I will send it to everybody. You could agree or disagree. I don't care. If you disagree, that's your problem. And it's not me who's doing this. It's not me who is right. It's what it is, period. Okay, so, hoist, I said, you said to me, what does halftime have to do with us playing something? And I did mention, for example, the Headhunters. Mike Clark on drums. Thank you, Jim. I just laid back, you know, you play this, it's all to see the first series. Now, if I'm playing, for example, the cut time pattern, right? Ouch. The 8th notes in cut time. I want to play 8th notes in cut time. 1 and 2 and 3 and now they become this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. This is 3 and that cut time. Hold on, Jesus. Oh. We got it. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 4, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Cut time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I just played one measure of 8th notes and 2 measures of 2-2 cut time. Who's this? Well, there is need right now because I want to address you. Okay? You're playing this 1 and 2 and 3 and now watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and that's not right. I'm sorry. I'll get to it. I'm just tired. All right, let's go to the next one. Everybody have the workbook out? I'm just drained. I'm so pissed off. However, I'm going to figure something out to make it better. All right, let's go to number 24. Pattern number 24, guys. There's 23, and where's 24? No, yeah, let's go to 25. We were on 24. Number 25. Everybody on 25? 25. All right, back to the same pattern. Laid back. The first measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and second measure. All right, and 1 and 2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do number 1 slow. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. I'm doing it slow. We're on 25, okay? Now the same principle. If you'll see me do this once in a while because I'm lazy. See? And that's wrong. I shouldn't do that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 25. Number 4, and 3, and 4, and 1. Number 5. Number 6. Ah! Hold on. 7. There you go. 1. 1 and 2. Just have a lot of fun with them, all right? Anybody want any questions, or have any questions rather, on number 25? See, the first one's pretty easy. Anybody have any problems with that? Number 25. 26, 27, what do you guys want to do? Talk to me, gentlemen, ladies. I'm waiting for those new guys from, the one from France and the one from Greece. They sent me videos. They're not bad. Old dog, you know what I'm talking about when you come down? You're actually perfect with the free stroke and the downstroke, but you're too stiff. You're grabbing the stick too tight. Loosen it up. Other than that, it's fine. No problems, Paul. This one is good, okay. Which other one you want to work on? Want to work on some jazz, Paul? We're on the book rather. I can't even talk. Robert, Stacy, Seth, Jim. Triplet fill-ins, jazz time, samba, stick control book. All right, let's try another one. Let's go to Symbol pattern, look, where is it? Symbol pattern number 2. Jazz. Okay, what do you want to know with jazz? Just pick up the stick, sit down behind the drums, and make noise, and you're a jazz musician. Just joking. What do you, in particular, would you like to know, Paul? Paul, can you do the whole syncopation book with the triplet fill-ins and play it with the jazz pattern? All of Mike Clark, huh? What about Mike Clark? Okay, jazz. And who was this? Dennis said modulation before. All right, everybody knows how to play this. Free stroke down, a free stroke down. It's a straight ahead pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Is that what we were talking about? The jazz pattern? Mike Clark, what about Mike Clark? Mike Clark was the Headhunters. That's what put him on the map. And that's not really what he does. He's a jazz musician and a hell of a jazz musician. Well, you got to go over that, the stick control patterns. What I'm doing, like I sent you those sheets on cut time, you know, and that's the way it's played. And that's part of the book. That's a couple pages of the book of stick control book formulas. Now, what I'm doing, it's exactly the same format. Okay? The left-hand side, you have a measure, and then the right-hand side, for example, forget about the cut time thing. If you had a measure of a straight time, you know, like 1 and 2 and 3, 4, from the syncopation book, the next measure alongside of it, I broke it out as how you swing it, how it looks when it's swung. I'm working on that. I'm almost finished. The next part's going to be, all right, we're going to play, I'm going to give you the pattern, swung, and you're going to play it against the jazz pattern. Then I'm going to give you the same pattern again. You're going to play it with the triplet fills, one measure at a time. And I could write out 500 pages on that, but I'm not going to do that because it's too much money. With the patterns that we're working on, the metronome is extremely simple to use. How many guys here, you know, you're sitting someplace in the airport, I don't know, someplace, in the doctor's office, wherever you might be sitting, and you're listening, you know, they have music playing, and you're automatically tapping your foot to the tune. That's a metronome. So the question here is, how do you use the metronome with these patterns? I don't have the metronome hooked up to the sound system, so we're going to have to see if this works. Okay. What tempo would you like to do, Matt? We'll go back to number 1. What tempo would you like to do them at, Robert? Let me address this, guys, and then we'll go to the jazz patterns. You want the first ostinato? What tempo? That's what I need to know. This is how you use the metronome, how I use it. That's my tempo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm playing soft. You're locked in. You see that? Is that what you're talking about, Robert? 70. I ain't gonna boom, gonna bung. That was 100. No, that was 88. Let's go to 70. Stacy, you following this? Too many wires back here. You should be able to pick that up pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Number 1. Two. I got to get in there, but that's how you practice with the metronome. The way, if you're having a problem, I get this going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just play the bass drum part. 1, 2. You feel good with that? Then drop the left hand on 2 and 4. Okay. You got 120. Did you drink too much coffee today, Jim? I ain't get a bunga. All right, let me try 120. That's fast. For this, you want to get a nice groove. All right, let's go to 120. Actually, it's easier to play them up a tempo like this. That's the chord. 1, 2, 3. I'm playing light. 1. Now, when you don't hear the metronome, that's a compliment. That means I buried the metronome and I was right on it. But I mean, it's, whatever tempo you select. 120, you ain't happening. It's too fast, Jim. You gotta slow it down, challenge it. All right, the jazz patterns. Oh boy, I need a good drink of water. Sorry, guys. Oh, that tastes good. Okay. I'm huffing and puffing all the time because first of all, it's really hot back here. I have all these lights on. I have coffee brewing. All right, the jazz pattern. What would you like to know about the jazz pattern, Paul? Jim, Seth, Robert, Stacy, Mante. It's just simple it's the same thing if you're playing a pattern from this book with a metronome. It's just like you're taking a stick control book exercise or reading exercise. Same thing. Paul, you could read and apply all the stick control. How do you apply that? You mean just you feel better playing it? How about musically? Work stock? What is work stock? You still working? So am I, Paul. All right, let me give you, Jesus, damn. I gotta find another place for this guy. Hold on. Back here is good. All right, for now. Triplet fillings. Take a 4 measure solo. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. 4. Stick control book number 1. Triplet fills. 4 measures. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Time 1. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3. The 4. Line 2. 2, 3, 4, I missed it. You see what I'm doing? I'm playing a four measure four measures of time and 4 measures of the line. The first line was with the triplet fills. So I'm taking it nice and easy at first. 4 measures of time. It's like you're exchanging fours with the book. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Number 1, 1 in the 2. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4, bang. 2, 3, 4. Number 2. 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, tap, bang, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, number 3, 3, 4. So on and so forth. I'm so aggravated. So pissed. I feel like not fighting or arguing. Good. God, oh, Jesus, here you go. I'm going to put this through the system this weekend. What is that? You were practicing that day. Can you do number 2 again and go back into the jazz pattern? Sure. No problem. Who do you think I am? A genius? Boy, am I stupid today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Number 2. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Again. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 4. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. Notice when I make a mistake, I don't cursing. Well, I do, but I don't get cursing and all that. What I do is I fill in with something else. You were practicing like that. Number 2 is a little. It's because it falls on a downbeat. Seth, do you understand what we're doing? Two, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Let me ask you a question here, Paul. Are you playing your bass drum 1, 2, 3, 4 when you're playing the time? Dennis, the jazz pattern in the workbook. The jazz pattern is not in the workbook. The jazz pattern is in the stick control formulas. Seth, are you there? Yeah, your bass drum was 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're doing, Robert, we're taking the triplet fill-ins from the stick control book. Okay? Number 1 would be 1 and 2, 3, 4. Number 2 would be 1 and 2 and . So what I'm doing, I'm taking them in 4 measure increments. I'm playing a jazz pattern. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, Now I'm going to play the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4. Bang. That was 4 measures. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. Go to line 2. 2, 3, 4. Get it, Robert? Paul, you get it? Jimmy, you get it? That's your 4 measures practice. I get confused all the time, Robert, especially after this afternoon. And you're not the only one that gets confused. Stacy, you getting it? Seth, you getting it? Whoever else, Dennis. Yeah, it's like trading 4s with yourself, not a problem. It's a practice. You take your 4s, open it up with the time. That's the other instrument taking his 4s. You take 4 more. You could extend that to 8, but stay with the 4s. It makes, you got the mechanics of the fill-ins down. You could take each line separately. You know how to play it. You can start with line 1 and go to line 24 without a mistake and play it. So now start going to another platform, playing the 4 measure time. It's in the stick control formula, yeah. Not a problem. Listen, I'm going to cut the lesson at 7:30. I've been here since 6:45. I am drained. Not from you guys, but from this afternoon, and half my mind is on that. I'm the type of guy, I don't settle things until I get them better, get them right. I'm sure that you guys understand. Seth, we're going to start. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we'll do a stick control formula. All right, so because you just started it, okay? Yeah, you can watch it. It might do you some good. There wasn't any arguing. There was I don't know what you want to call it. Heated discussion. Ha! I'm not worried about this afternoon. I'm just pissed at somebody who insists that when he can say, I do not, I contradict myself, I don't care about the time signature. What in the world is he saying? All right, anyway, listen, I got to go. I'm tired. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make the lessons longer, but it's just draining me. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to work out of the stick control book formulas number 1, and more. Okay? No problem, Paul. Seth, okay? Stacy, Robert, old dog, Dennis, Jimmy. Who else did I miss? Mante. Mante don't say too much, which I like. I don't like, but Mr. Sante, you should ask him questions. I see you tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry, I just need to stop.